Hi, this is Scott Epp with Aundance Coaching, and I have two special guests here. I have Matt Proctor and Matt's mom. And I've been Matt's life coach for some time already. Hey, Matt? And we've talked about a lot of topics that have helped Matt move forward. Topics like feeling more content, finding more purpose, getting more goals in life. And the recent topic that we've been really working on is helping Matt quit smoking. So if you're a smoker, or you have smoked, or you're trying to quit smoking right now, we hope that this video will be very beneficial for you and that you'll get something really tangible about this, because Matt's going to be going through something that's quite drastic to actually show for himself and show the world that he has quit smoking. But we're doing this before you start this process, right? So that's what this video is about. It's a call to action. So before we go into that, you'll notice that Matt is in a chair here, and he has a backstory. And Matt, would you like to share a little bit about your backstory?
Well, I was born in BC, lived there until I was 10. Moved to Saskatoon, where my parents are from. Attended elementary school here, high school. In high school, I had a problem with drugs and alcohol and smoking. I was a rebellious teenager. When I was 19 years old, after years of partying, I was diagnosed with schizophrenia. And when I was 24 years old, I was down in the Saskatchewan River, and I dove headfirst into the sandbar and broke my C4, C5 level of my neck. Since then, I've done many things. One of them being I received Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. I've overcome my alcohol and drug addictions. I've done public speaking for the Schizophrenia Society and other things.
That's awesome. And Matt, would you like to share with us why you have so much determination and hope and energy and just purpose for living?
I would say I have a good family. They're supportive, I can talk to them. I have good friends who inspire me. Determination. I guess after everything I've been through, I just won't give up. I have a strong desire to live. God has worked in my life many times and given me hope in desperate situations, and just gotta carry on. I've set goals that bring me hope, and
strong determination to live. That's almost an understatement.
Yeah.
There's been times in the hospital where the doctors have almost written him off, and he continues to amaze them and come back and survive the pneumonias that he's had.
Yeah.
And as long as there's hope, there's life, there's hope.
Yeah.
So that's what we're working on, aiming for a healthier life without smoking.
I also say the Holy Spirit is sustained.
Yeah.
Even in the dark times.
You bet.
We're sinners in the hands of the loving God.
That's right. And some of us that are watching right now, we're able-bodied. We're able to do whatever we want to do in a matter of speaking. We can walk across the street, or we can do a lot of the things that some people just take for granted. And just hearing that from you, Matt, just puts a different light, and probably just puts a little bit of a different light for you watching the video as well. Is that there is a lot of reason for living. There's a lot of reason to keep on going and have that determination and that hope and that inspiration. That's awesome. Yeah. So, would you like to share with us just why you came to coaching in the first place?
Well, Mom knew that I wasn't really having any direction, that I needed to set some goals, find some purpose. She looked on the internet and found you. You worked through a lot of the pain. Changed my thinking. Give me a purpose and direction. And help me set some goals. But it was difficult. There was some pain involved, and confusion and doubt, and guilt and shame because of things I've been through, but I guess I came to coaching not really knowing what it was, but it benefited greatly from it.
Awesome. We've dealt with some of those underlying beliefs that you've had about yourself as well.
I beat up on myself a lot.
Yeah. One of the main things that we've talked recently about is just to see things the way they are, not worse than they are, and just to really just see, that there is that hope and that light at the end, and not make those assumptions that you used to make. So.
Yeah, it just dawned on me that before he went into coaching, Matt was always asking me, Mom, am I a bad person? And I would continually need to reassure him that, no, of course not, Matt. And it was, maybe weekly, he would ask me, am I a bad person? And it just occurred to me that he hasn't asked me that question for a long time. So I'm really happy about that. It just dawned on me.
There you go.
Yeah. So he must be feeling some positive feelings about himself, more so than he was in the past.
Awesome. That's great. Cool. So you put your efforts in there, you've tried, and this is where we want to relate to some of the people listening here on the web. Many of you may have tried to quit smoking, or maybe you are smoking right now and you think, oh, well, there's no hope, or there's a lot of things, right? So Matt, you want to give back out there, and this is you saying, okay, I smoke right now, but we're doing this video before I quit, so that it's authentic in the end, right? So this is where it gets real, and this is where it gets real for the viewers here too, because Matt, you've gone through a lot, and with the smoking thing, there's a question that I'm going to ask you, and this is going to be the hardest question that I'll ask you in this interview. Matt, what's going to happen if you don't quit smoking?
I'll end up on a ventilator maybe and die. And leave my family with the heartache.
Do you want to share with us just a little bit about some of the stuff in the hospital that has happened recently, or your trips to the hospital that are mostly a result of your smoking?
Being intubated so many times, laying there with a tubing and cords operating on himself, mouthing words that nobody can really understand. It's a lonely place. It's a region in the shadow of death. It's a horrible way to be.
Hospitals are also a very risky place sometimes, and they don't always have all the answers. The last time that Matt was in, he was put at risk. I'm not going to go into the details, but he was put at risk by an action of a professional, and almost died. And he didn't even have a very significant pneumonia at that time. It was bad enough to put him in hospital, but not really life-threatening. But as it turned out, there was some bad things that happened because of that. But so just staying out of the hospital is so important, and smoking seems to put him in there. And the hardest thing for a mother to see is to see her son with a tube connected to him, not being able to communicate. If that were the way he spent the last part of his life, it would be devastating.
That's right.
And I'm also an outdoors person. So being in that hospital is depressing.
Especially living in Saskatchewan, when we only have so many months of summer.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's usually worse than winter. Cold air and smoking, the infection.
Which makes this the prime time to take that 30-day challenge.
That's right.
And quit.
Yep, that's right. That just leads me straight into the next question. So what are we going to do? So can you tell the audience here, what are you planning to do in order to quit smoking, and tell us more about that?
Well, I have a Nicorette gum. For 5 days I quit. I didn't even really have to chew it that much. My friends are telling me to quit. My family's telling me to quit. I have to choose to quit for myself. I have to make the decision and stick to it. And decide that's it. I'm stopping smoking, and it's going to have positive results. And just just stick with that.
Yep. And we've talked about the small sustainable changes in order to help you do that. You know, we have this grand goal of quitting smoking, right? But we're chunking it down, aren't we? And tell us a little bit more about those small changes that you're choosing to make in order to let that big goal fall.
Maybe I can talk to that because it was kind of my idea.
It was, yeah.
And I have to give credit to Matt Cutts on TED and his Try Something New for 30 Days video that I watched, and it inspired me to think, well, yeah, you can do something for 30 days. And so I talked to Matt about it, and I said, my challenge would be I would have a glass of wine every once in a while with meals, and I would not have any alcohol for 30 days, and so that I could kind of sympathize and empathize with Matt and how he struggles with quitting smoking. So the plan was I would stop drinking alcohol and he would stop smoking for 30 days. 30 days I hope is a doable amount of time, and then I guess after 30 days you reassess and see how it's going.
Yep. That's awesome. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to be doing some more videos along the way to track the progress of how this works. And the very last thing that we want to share is you have a reason for doing this that's outside of you. That's not just for Matt. And would you like to share now just what your other reason is for doing this?
Try to become the odds to help others to. Well, I want to be a counselor. For my family, for my friends. Better clarity of mind. Better health. So I can go and see this video. And have one that they just their hearts to inspire people. That people with disabilities, even as severe as mine, can do things in Christ that are challenging.
That's right. We're proud of you, buddy. It's going to be it. So that's it. That's the first part of our call to action for Matt's 30-day challenge to quit smoking. Follow us and you're going to see the stages as we go along this process. Thanks for watching.